With the help of a branch of mathematics known as game theory, Jean Tirole has been thinking through these questions more deeply than any economist before him. And as a consequence, many different industry regulators, as well as competition authorities all over the world, have obtained a whole new set of tools. Let me give you just a tiny taste of how the game theoretic revolution has affected our thinking about regulation and competition policy. 30 years ago, monopoly regulation predominantly meant capping the monopolist's profit, a regime known as rate of return or cost of service regulation. Cost of service regulation makes sense from a distributional point of view. No monopolist is getting rich from producing the goods and services that we all depend on. But cost of service regulation does little or nothing to contain the producer's cost or to encourage quality improvement. Indeed, it was widespread dissatisfaction with high costs and low quality in the regulated sectors that triggered the wave of deregulation in the 1980s. The challenge of designing better regulations was taken up by Jean Tirole and his co-author, Jean-Jacques Lafont, who died prematurely a decade ago. Together, they published a series of influential articles about regulation theory. And according to them, the regulator's main problem is asymmetric information about opportunities. That is, the regulator knows much less about the scope for improvement than the monopolist does. So you see, she's blindfolded up here. However, the right response is not to apply cost of service regulation everywhere. Instead, cost of service regulation should only be applied to those producers who claim to have little scope for improvement. Producers who claim that they can do better should be offered a share of the added value that they generate. But such sophisticated regulation is tricky due to a second problem, the problem of limited commitment. An efficient producer may rightly be afraid of being exploited in the future. The regulator could say, "Oh, is that how efficient you are? Please hand over some more of your surplus." This is known as the ratchet effect, since requirements only ratchet up and never slide down. I think anyone who has made large purchases at the end of a budget year in order not to have the budget cut knows what I'm talking about. Such commitment problems on the regulator's side will discourage the firm from revealing its true productivity. And, as Lafont and Tirole showed, strong incentives no longer work so well. Their work, collected and extended in their 1993 book, develops in much more detail the nature of optimal regulation of monopolies under asymmetric information and limited commitment. It also sheds light on many other related problems, ranging from the optimal internal organization of firms to issues concerning privatization and public procurement. But in the interest of time, let me skip quickly to questions 2 and 3. In most industries, the government does not regulate individual producers. Instead, competition legislation restrains powerful firms from excluding their rivals and from exploiting their customers. But how should these competition rules be formulated? In the 1970s, many economists were still looking for general yet precise legislation that would apply equally to all industries. But as these economists were reasoning without the help of a rigorous formal framework, it was all too easy to overlook complications and jump to conclusions. For example, the conventional wisdom was that cooperation between firms in the same market segment, so-called horizontal agreements, are always bad. whereas cooperation between firms in successive segments, vertical agreements, are always all right. To the contrary, Tirole and his co-authors showed that vertical agreements have significant potential to harm competition, whereas horizontal agreements sometimes have the potential to be useful. For example, in the case of patent pools. But, most importantly, all industries shouldn't be treated the same. The best regulation of the telecommunications industry is not the same as the best regulation of the banking industry. Now that may sound trivial, but the beauty of Tirole's work is that he has been able to describe deep and essential differences between various industries and to show just how regulatory policies ought to respond to those differences. As it happens, Tirole is not only a star theorist, but also a great expert on many industries, including telecommunications and banking.